Hey, welcome back to Through Nikki's Lens. I am Nikki with another video for you today. You might be interested in knowing what the Provincial Nomination Program is, how to go ahead and obtain a nomination from a province to become a permanent resident. I got that question recently, and I feel that it is important for persons to have an understanding of what you need to do, the various steps that you need to take, which provinces do not participate in provincial nomination, and potentially some tips or some things that you need to know about getting a nomination from a province. Let's get into the video. I want to start with the two provinces that do not participate in the provincial nomination program. Those are Nunavut and Quebec. They, however, do have different ways or various pathways for persons to immigrate to those provinces. So be sure to check the provincial websites for more information. So, how can you immigrate to Canada using a provincial nomination? Firstly, you need to be aware of the provinces that participate in the provincial nomination program. And I will go through a list from IRCC's website so that I do not miss a province. We have Alberta, British Columbia, Manitoba, New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, Northwest Territories, Nova Scotia, Ontario, Prince Edward Island, and Saskatchewan, as well as Yukon. So there are not only provinces but territories as well that participate in a provincial nomination program. Within the provincial nomination programs are various streams or categories that individuals can immigrate through to become a permanent resident of Canada. So, the essence of the provincial nomination or the provincial nomination process is to express your interest to a province that you want them to nominate you. Some of them require for you to register, or even if you have your express entry profile, you can indicate the various provinces that you're interested in immigrating to. And if they see something that they're interested in your profile, they can send you a notification of interest. And then that is a trigger for you to go ahead and submit a request or submit an application rather to be considered or to be nominated by that province. So, what is important to note is that provinces want people who have the necessary skills, the education, the work experience to contribute to that province or territory and to build their economy. So, another important thing is that you must want to live in that particular province or territory, and you have the option to become a permanent resident if it is that you're nominated. Although you are nominated from a province, and I think this is important for you to note, that does not mean that you automatically get permanent residence. After that nomination, you have to go through either the express entry program or the non-express entry process to submit an application to the federal government for permanent residency. As I mentioned earlier, various provinces and territories have different streams that persons can utilize to apply for a nomination. And they target persons specifically if it is that you are a student, you're a business person, skilled worker, or semi skilled worker. So, your assignment, your responsibility is whichever province it is that you're interested in, find that provincial website, go to the provincial nomination program, how to immigrate to that province, and read through the various programs, through the various streams or categories that are available. Find out the requirements for each program or category or stream and see which one you would most likely qualify for. Yes, if it is that you're outside of Canada, you can still be eligible for a provincial nomination. What it is that you must ensure is that find out the requirements as I mentioned, because there are instances that you either need to have a job offer or you are currently working in the province, as well as having done studies in that province and whatever other requirements. So take note of the requirements and prepare accordingly. So how you are applying for provincial nomination depends on the stream that you are applying to. Let's get into the express entry process. So step one, you need to check your eligibility. That is to make sure that you qualify for the PNP or the province or territory where you want to live. And that is, there are 1 or 3 programs mandated through express entry, and those are the Federal Skilled Worker Program, the Federal Skills Trade Program, and the Canadian Experience Class. Get a nomination from the province. And this is what I alluded to earlier, where you need to understand what the programs are or the categories are. Apply to that province for a nomination, and then you need to take the necessary steps after. So a part of getting a nomination is to contact the province or territory and apply for that nomination. Or, as noted on IRCC's website, create an express entry profile and select the provinces and territories you're interested in. If a province or territory sends you a notification of interest to your account, you need to contact them and apply for a nomination. Step 3. If you get a nomination, you need to update your express entry profile. So you update or create your express entry profile and show your nomination. They will award you 600 additional points that will help you to get an invitation to apply. So although you get a nomination from a province, if you're in the express entry pool, you still have to wait for an invitation to apply from IRCC before you can actually submit your PR application. Step 4 is to apply for permanent residence. So wait to receive an invitation from IRCC to apply for permanent residence. And if you get an invitation to apply, then you apply online. So the non-express entry process. There are 3 steps in this process, and step one, check your eligibility. Make sure you qualify for the PNP of the province or territory where you want to live. Step 2, get a nomination. Contact the province or the territory and apply for that nomination. Step 3, apply for permanent residence. If you're nominated, then you apply for permanent residence online. So in the non-express entry process, you don't have to wait for an invitation to apply to submit your PR application. Note that this non-express entry process takes longer than express entry. Express entry is at most generally 6 months to process your PR application once you get the invitation to apply. However, through the non-express entry process, it takes a longer time. The last time I heard, I haven't been following up the processing time, was about 8 months. And I will get the specific or the current wait time or processing time, and I will indicate the information above so that you can be sure. So I would say that the getting a nomination from a province is one of the ways that can almost guarantee that you are well on your way to become a permanent resident of Canada. What is important for you to note is that although you get a nomination from a province, it is up to you to prove to the IRCC officer that you are eligible, you meet all the requirements, and that there are no issues, nothing that will deter them from approving your permanent residence application. So you need to meet certain requirements, you need to fulfill certain things. One is to ensure that you do not pose any threats to the health system in Canada. And that is for you to pass your medical exam. You also need to ensure that you meet the requirements for clearance to become a permanent resident, and they will do background checks and record checks in relation to your history, your criminal history, and other necessary details that they need to know about you. I hope this information was helpful for you. Remember to subscribe to my channel, to like the video, to share it with someone that might find it helpful as well. Subscribe to the channel so you are notified every single time that I make a post. Share the video with someone who might be interested in the information or who can learn something about the provincial nomination, another option to become a permanent resident of Canada. Thank you so much for making it through Nikki's Lens, and I'll see you in my next video.